back in Trafalgar Square, and today we're at an event called Feeding the 5,000. This event was brought together by Tristan Stuart, Save the Children, ActuAid and other organisations, and what's happening here today is that 5,000 people are being fed from vegetables and food that would have otherwise been thrown away. This is food that would have gone to the landfills, would have gone to just waste because they were the wrong shaped vegetables, they were the wrong shaped apples, and it's absolutely ridiculous why we throw away all this food. So let's go and find out all about it and meet some people. What's happening here in Trafalgar Square?
Well, we've got enough food here for 5,000 people.
Wow.
All of it would have been wasted had we not got it here today. We're going to be giving away free groceries that you see here. We've got winter-busting, warming curry being given up there, and down there freshly pressed smoothies on bicycle-powered smoothie machines.
Yes, and do you know the sort of statistics of how much food we are throwing away in the United
Absolutely.
Kingdom?
Between 30 and 50% in most rich countries in Europe and North America gets wasted. So we grow all of that food on farms. British farmers can expect to throw away 20 to 40% or have that amount rejected by the supermarkets. And what we're saying is that there's nothing wrong with this produce. There's a few cosmetic defects, but it's nutritious. It's absolutely delicious, and there's no reason why it should be wasted. It should be sold, it should be eaten and celebrated for what it is.
Where did you find all these grapes then?
We've got UK farmers, packers, who are suffering from this problem of cosmetic outgrades. So if something has a very, very slight defect, you can hardly tell what it is. Maybe it's too small for the supermarket crates, maybe it's too big. And what we're saying is, this is a local problem, but it's symbolic of a global problem as well. We're wasting food, we're exploiting natural resources, we're chopping down forests to grow more food, and then we're chucking it away, and it doesn't make any sense. Also, food waste. ActuAid are here, they're one of our partner charities. They're saying food waste is not just a problem in rich countries. In developing world countries, farmers are wasting food not because they're neglectful, but because they lack basic agricultural infrastructure like fruit crates, refrigeration, even shade in stalls on markets. And so food sits in the sun and it rots. And a bit of well-targeted investment can help to alleviate that problem in the developing world. Save the Children are here too to point out that while we waste food in rich countries, there's nearly 1 billion hungry people in the world. And if you just look at the amount of food wasted in British homes, 480 pounds of food thrown away every single year, 25% of all the food people buy ends up in their bin. If you took that money, you could lift 3 children out of hunger around the world.
Yesterday we were chopping up the absolute mountain of vegetables at the Hare Krishna main site in Watford, and that was all to go in the stew which is being given out today. And then obviously there's so much extra fruit and veg that I'm in charge of handing out bags along with this team of volunteers here to the public. So it's like an enormous free market stall of all the excess fruit and veg that would otherwise have gone to landfill or just gone to rot basically. And the amazing thing about it is it brings it all home to roost really, the fact that there's such minor imperfections as what in fact are just comedy carrots, and the fact that they look like that means that they can't be on a supermarket shelf because apparently they're not good enough.
Super time!
Free fruit veg! Free fruit veg! Free fruit and veg! We've got coriander, potatoes, bananas, carrots, apples. How many would you like?
Where are they?
So I'm now collecting my curry, my free lunch today. Where did this curry come from?
It's being produced the other side of London, and the food is being provided by farmers, distributors, supermarkets. So this is to prevent any wasted food that can no longer be served in supermarkets. So we've decided to set this up today. We've come from Sodexo and we're working with Fair Share to help feed the 5,000 to prevent wastage of food.
Marvellous food, lovely stuff. How are you doing? Enjoying it? It's fantastic. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't it amazing what rubbish, how nice rubbish can taste, isn't it really? Don't you think it's wicked that would get thrown away? It is wicked, yes. Well anyway, this really wonderful occasion is drawing attention to all this, and so it should do. Yes, well enjoy it. Bon appetit, as they say.
Oh wow, this is such a good event. It's amazing. It's brilliant.
The smoothie has come from a North London food distribution centre, and it would have otherwise gone to landfill or to anaerobic recycling thing, I think. That was the official word. Oh, we haven't had one yet. Do you want to tell us? It's grape and banana. Pressed yesterday by volunteers. We're trying to highlight the amount of food that is wasted in the UK food system.
I can taste the love.
Is there lots of happiness
Taste the
there?
love in that. That's
Brilliant.
beautiful.
There is happiness.
Well done, everyone.
Cool. Have a nice day.
We've written a campaign letter that is from This Is Rubbish, and it's addressed to Dan Norris, who's the Minister at DEFRA who's responsible for managing waste, and that includes food waste. And what we're really asking for is we want to draw attention firstly in the public psyche that it's not just individuals who are responsible for generating food waste. Yes, people are careless with their food at home. Yes, we often overbuy and throw away too much, but really, food waste is generated in the UK further up the supply chain, and this needs to be paid attention to, and it needs to be scrutinised. Where is the food waste occurring? Is it at the retail stage? Is it at the distribution stage? Is it at the primary production stage? This needs to be investigated, so that's what we ask for first of all. And number two, we want people to lobby Dan Norris, but also people who are in control of policy, and say you've really got to, retailers, you have to meet waste reduction targets annually. In the world global food production chain, we waste 50% of the food that's generated annually on a global scale. That's immense. And 1 in 6 people in the world are suffering from hunger. It's just not, it's not a tolerable situation.
We're here, part of this event today, because we know from our work around the world that every day 25,000 children die under the age of 5, and a third of those children die because they don't have enough food, because they're malnourished. So malnutrition is something that affects millions of families around the world, and it's something that we can do something about. And when here in a country like this we're wasting £12 billion every year on wasted food, we know that with that money we could actually fix the problem of malnutrition around the world, and we don't have to see those kids going hungry and losing their lives. So we hope that today is the beginning of a very exciting movement for change, not just change in the way we behave, but change in the way the politicians do their business too.
Is that curry tastes good, and this would have been thrown away in a landfill had we not been eating it here today. And I think the question really is why are we throwing away so much food that can actually be helping those that are starving on the planet? We should start demanding our supermarkets for dodgy looking vegetables, because that's why they're throwing them away, is because they don't think you want to buy a funny shaped carrot or a funny shaped apple. So all the farmers have to throw all this food away, and it's ridiculous. So it's up to us, the public really. We should start demanding our supermarkets just give us whatever vegetables are grown in this country, and not just perfect ones. Thank you very much.